Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Elvira. I'm a postgraduate student of Faculty of Public Health, Halu Oleo University of Kendari, Southeast Sulawesi. I make this video to fulfill the environmental health subject assignment. This time, I'm going to review a health journal article which the topic is exploring the implementation of school-based mental health program for adolescents in Indonesia, a mixed method studies. And the authors are Kriastuti Kusumawardani, Shungchun Paek, Sawakon Ratana Wijitrasin, and Darune Pako from Mahidol University of Thailand. But before that, please subscribe, like, and comment on this video, okay? As known as that adolescence is the key period of physical and emotional developments. The phase is particularly important for the mental health because the majority of persons with mental and substance use disorders started in their childhood or adolescence, and many of them have chronic or recurring history. Mental health issues among adolescents have become a public concern in Indonesia, which depression and anxiety are common mental issues among adolescents. According to the World Health Organization, in 2019, 1 in every 7 adolescents aged 10 to 19 years old in the world, or approximately 14% of the entire adolescent population aged 10 to 19 years old, suffered either depression or anxiety. The school-based mental health program has implemented in Jakarta since 2017, but in the progress, there are relative scarcity of evidence regarding how schools have implemented this school-based mental health program. The aim of the research is to explore the school-based mental health program and its implementation in public junior high schools. Jakarta province was reported to have the highest proportion of adolescents with the mental health issues in Indonesia. Moreover, East and West Jakarta cities were reported with the lowest and the highest proportion of adolescents with mental health issues respectively. Mixed methods were employed in 12 public junior high schools in Jakarta, 6 from East Jakarta and 6 from West Jakarta. Among them, 3 schools each in East and West Jakarta cities received the Healthy School Award. This award is annually given to schools successfully complied with the school-based mental health program. The quantitative data used questionnaires through the Google form with 60 respondents, and of course the questionnaires has tested with the validity and reliability test. For qualitative data were collected using semi-structured interview questions through a face-to-face online interview with the 36 students. This study used the same variables for both qualitative and quantitative data analysis. Regarding dependent variables, the schools currently implemented all 3 services for the school-based mental health program, such as regular mental health education in class, screening, and counseling of mental health issues. And regarding independent variables, 4 inhibiting and enabling factors associated with the implementation of the school-based mental health program were selected. First, mental health activities in the curriculum. Second, collaboration with mental health providers. Third, coordination with the health school team. And 4, improve the teachers' mental health skills. This study using a descriptive statistics and content analysis to analyze the data. The school-based mental health program are mental health education at class, screening for mental health problems, and counseling for mental health problems. Among the school with the award, 27 schools or 90% provided classroom mental health education Meanwhile, among those without the award, 25 schools or 83.3% provided classroom mental health education, lower than that at schools with the award. Among the awarded schools, 18 schools or 60% provided screening for mental health problems. This is higher for the schools without the award, or 46.7%. Regarding counseling for mental health problems, a percentage of schools without the award was higher than those with the award. There were 20 schools with the award, or 73.3% providing counseling, while only 26 for the schools without the award, or 86.7%. It is because the number of students with emotional and mental problems was greater at the schools without the award, or 70% schools, than those at schools with the award, or 40% schools, as shown in Table 2. Based on interviews with students of schools with the award, most students receive mental health service like mental health education by online class during general subject or special class on guidance and counseling. Although they have bad internet connections, the students still got education on how to manage their mental health, especially during the pandemic of COVID-19. But in the schools without award, the student only receive mental health education in guidance and counseling class by online. The schools prioritize mandatory subjects than others. Further, the screening of mental health issues in the schools with award, most students have experienced mental health problem screening through guidance and counseling class by related teachers. A questionnaire with questions related to students' mental condition, like what do you feel, or are you so afraid? Did you ever tremble? Did you ever hard to sleep, not too good to eat, etc.? The questionnaires were provided in the form of Google Form that in fact sometimes hard to open by students. Furthermore, counseling on mental health was mostly obtained by students of the school with award by online, either by counselor teacher or classroom teacher, or by offline. It was similar to students at school without award, but the students only receive it from the counselor teacher, and any students did not receive it. Students of the school with award explained that they have received mental health education service in their classes, like life skill education, mental health problem screening, and mental health problem counseling from their schools. Whereas for students of school without award, they have not received any services as those received by students of schools with the award. It's occurred because they focus more on mandatory subjects than others. So the results are: first, the main inhibiting factor for the implementation of the school-based mental health program was the school curriculum. Schools that received the Health School Award had more trained teachers to facilitate the school-based mental health program compared to schools without the award. Schools with the award successfully implemented regular mental health education in classroom, screening, and counseling for students with mental health issues more effectively than schools without the award. So let's talk about the discussion. First, mental health activities in the compulsory curriculum and extracurricular are implemented by schools with the award. In contrast to school without the award, most of it separates school health programs from compulsory school programs. Previous studies found that the lack of teachers and school staff who have expertise in mental health can be an obstacle for schools to coordinate and implement the program. According to the previous research, students of the junior high schools and the senior high schools in Indonesia suffered mental and emotional problems during the pandemic. So that's why the government needs to organize teacher training for the use of the internet technology with the TOT or training of trainers to improve teacher skills. Campaign strategies, assistance, and tiered supervision need to be developed as an effort to develop the teams of healthy schools and to improve the quality of mental health services in schools by using the technology. So the conclusion of the research: first, not all schools implemented school-based mental health program, such as mental health education in classroom, screening and counseling mental health issues. Second, mental health activities in curriculum and teacher skills become inhibiting factor to implement the school-based mental health programs. Third, collaboration between schools and mental health service providers, as well as coordination between healthy school teams, were supporting the schools to implement the programs. Local government needs to provide health facilities with mental health services, equipment, and experts. And last, central government needs to include mental health contents in the national education curriculum. For all adolescents in Indonesia, this is a message for you. Don't let your life be wasted without making proud achievements. So, that's all my presentation. Thank you for your kind attention, and I hope this video can be useful for you. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.